Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Broker Minute. Got a pretty important topic this week. Of course, all weeks are important. However, this is pretty timely as we've seen some situations in the last couple of weeks that have created some possible liability issues. And so we want to make sure that we're properly advising our clients as well as properly covering ourselves from a liability standpoint. So today's topic is regarding the finance contingency. No secret at all. Right now, we're in a highly competitive environment. Buyers are trying to do everything they can to be competitive and win out multiple offer situations. One of the things we've seen a couple times now are lenders who are very, very sure in their financing that they're basically 100% guaranteeing that the loan will close. This is no statement against this. I'm not saying they're lying, anything like that. I'm just stating that they're having programs they're very confident in. And one of the techniques they are using is they're offering to reimburse any loss of earnest money or any loss of expenses that come should their financing not close. That's how confident they are in the loan. Completely fine for them to do that. Nothing wrong at all. However, there's more at stake should you not perform on a contingency than just the earnest money and expenses that may be lost by the seller and or buyer in a contract. So it's very important you understand where these show up, how to properly explain it to your buyer, and then how to properly cover both of you should they decide to move forward with doing so. So first and foremost, I want to be very clear from a broker standpoint, anytime a buyer is getting financing to purchase a property, it is my advice that they have the contract contingent on said financing. That's just the safest way to cover them. Now, should they be in a situation super competitive and they're confident in their lender and their lender has said all this and they still want to move forward doing so, all you need to do is advise them of the risks. And if they're still willing to move forward, you can do so. Just make sure they know the risks that they're running into. So here's where it shows up. As always, we're going to jump into the contract. First, we're going to jump into Form 310 and see where does the financing show up. First place it shows up, Section 2. We all know this. This is where they're going to disclose they're actually getting financing, either full finance or a combination of financing and cash. This is not pertaining to buyers who are coming in and offering a cash offer. That's a separate situation. These are buyers who are getting financing, but do not want their contract to be contingent on said financing. So where this shows up is actually in Section 7. Section 7 is where it would be checked off in the first sentence that the contract is not contingent upon financing, upon obtaining financing. Again, perfectly legal to do it, and they need to understand the risks. So we have spoken to our attorneys, and what they have said is, yes, if a buyer wants to do this, they do need to understand that there is more at risk if they don't close because of financing than the earnest money, and then the seller wanting their money back for repairs or anything like that. So what we're going to ask that you do is after you've properly advised your client, you follow up with them with an email that states the following. We don't have to have a separate document signed, a hold harmless, anything like that. Simply follow up with them in writing so they're aware, as well as giving them same advice, which basically says, the first part of this, I won't read all of it, basically says here's what their option was. The second part is they've indicated that they're considering waiving the financing contingency. By doing so, you could lose your earnest money and the seller could bring a court action against them and compel them to purchase the property. If they elect to do this, they can consult with an attorney and or you can tell them this is our opinion from our attorney. Now, again, I'm not here to scare buyers away. I'm not here to tell you to scare buyers away. I am here to tell you that your fiduciary responsibility to your buyers to make sure they're crystal clear on any risks that they have. This is a big one. So I want to make sure that they know we've spoken to an attorney. This is our advice. If they still want to do it, knowing that risk, clearly we will represent them, move forward and do so. So that's just an update for you. If you have any questions, let me know. The verbiage for the financing follow-up on the financing contingency is in the email. Will also be in the comments below. If you have any questions, let me know. But again, if you do have a buyer that wants to move forward and is not making the contract contingent on financing and they are get financing, you will need to follow up with them with this statement in writing, just so you've let them know what the risk may be. Got any questions, let me know. Have a great day. Happy selling and call me if you need anything. Take care.